Hi, you're watching Wall Street Confidential. Deborah Borchardt here, talking with Jim Cramer. Jim, we're getting so many questions from people reading our site, calling in, that watch us, and they're asking, what we should do looking out to 2009. And one of the reasons that we're having our investor conference is to address this. So I'm asking you, what are you planning for next year?
There are a lot of companies that are now below their breakup value. A lot of companies that would be immediately additive to earnings if you had any companies that could make acquisitions. The new Treasury plan, which will now make companies lend, banks lend, makes it so it's now possible to make acquisitions. I'm going to reference something that happened to me last night that I thought was very typical. Waste Management decided not to go forward with its Republic Service Group bid financing, okay? And they decided that even though it would be positive, they were worried about financing. So Republic Service now gets bought by Ally. Altria, stock that I own for ActionAlertsPlus.com, is trying to buy U.S. tobacco. They've been told to wait on that until there's financing. Well, now there will be financing. Given the fact that if there's financing, there are so many stocks that have been forced down by hedge funds, by moguls who are selling, it is time to look at what companies would be immediately additive to another company that acquires. We have not had these valuations for the overall market's not cheap. Right. The overall market still is not cheap, but the overall market's kind of meaningless because it's distorted by the Proctors and by the General Millses, which are really good but maintain very high PEs. But I am now looking through stocks to say, look, here's 4 or 5 companies that tomorrow, if they were bought, the acquirer could raise earnings. And that right now will be the focus for me for 2009.
And I think it's great to have a conference now because I think when you have markets that are so disruptive and uncertain that sometimes people want to shy away from addressing it head on, and I think it's a great time to address it head on.
It wouldn't, understand that if the banks weren't unfrozen, this theme would not work. But I now feel I feel the plan's going to work, which then gives me more. If I did not have a plan that worked, I would have to fall back on some other ideas, chiefly ideas involving biotech and drugs. But I feel like that we've just gotten a major break, and it is allowing me to be able to go back and talk about a lot of the companies that I've liked but have not been able to push because there were no takeovers. And now there will be. 2009 will be a year of amazing consolidation, and that's what I'm focused on.
Great. Thank you, Jim. You don't want to miss our investor conference. Seating is limited. Email us now at conference@thestreet.com. Spend the day with Jim and his team. Get Cramer's 2009 stock picks before anyone else. Now is the time to plan for next year. It's October 25th here in New York. We're on your side, and our experts are here to help you. Conference@thestreet.com.